So, The Promised Neverland Chapter 24. Dang, things are really getting intense now in this series. This chapter was actually pretty good. I mean, last week's chapter was awesome, but this week's chapter, things are getting heated. So we start off this chapter with Emma and Norman looking over the horizon, over the wall, I might add. So they actually scaled the wall, and they're looking over to the horizon, seeing on how they can make this investigation work with everyone. Because, as we know, the day is drawing very, very near. And they are just trying to figure out how the investigation can go well. How exactly are they going to go about in this investigation to, get all the kids and scale them over the wall to escape from this prison that they are in, while Ray distracts Mama. So when we switch over to the perspective of Ray and Mama, we see that they are going upstairs in order to switch out the drugs with fake ones. And Ray is like, you know what, I haven't seen Miss, Crone in quite a long time. What's going on here? And out of the blue, Mama says, I have eliminated Miss Crone. And this is when Ray realized, oh shit. He darts upstairs, goes into a different room, and, because of the fact that he thinks he is going to be the next one to get killed by Mama, and then she creeps up on him and says, I've eliminated her because I no longer had any use for her. And just like you, I have no use for you either. Even though you may have helped me gather information regarding the kids, I still know that you are a lying traitor. You may still be useful, but you are still a lying traitor. The circumstances have been changed. And now you will not be able to save this investigation. I'm going to lock you in this room and let myself deal with the other kids from, putting their plans in fruition. So then we trans over to the perspective of Dawn and Gilda, and they see that Mama ends up coming out of the house early without Ray. And they are like, wait a minute. Shouldn't have Ray given us the signal? What the hell is going on here? Dawn ends up darting into the house while Gilda tries, her very best in order to, distract her. However, to no avail. And we see that, Dawn ends up going up to the room in which he finds out that Ray is trapped in. He tries to bust open the door, but instead the door ends up falling on him. And they're like, no time for that, no time for that. We are in the worst possible situation right now. We need to tell Emma and Norman. So they dart forward to the forest. I believe Gilda also darted to the forest as well. Emma and Norman are like, wow, you know what? I think we actually, can do this. I think the investigation will actually go well. We are getting closer and closer to actually, finding out how we can escape this, But then Mama ends up coming up right to them in the forest, and as we know, she has, this little pocket watch that can track every single kid, so she can end up finding who exactly, is, being suspicious, or if, the child is, a long ways from house. She can end up tracking them due to the barcodes on their necks, and she ends up finding Emma and Norman. And Ray, Gilda, and Dawn are darting to the forest and like, we need to tell Norman and Emma, this is the last day. This has to be the investigation. We need to do it today. And Emma and Norman are like, oh shit, we have been found out. And then that is where the chapter ends for this chapter of The Promised Neverland. So like I have stated before, this chapter gets things really heated up. I mean, last week's chapter was awesome. Sister Crone ended up dying. We know that Mama was very suspicious of what was going down in the facility. However, she always knew that Emma and Norman, were technically, very suspicious to begin with. She knew what was up with them. And even Grandma, before she killed off Miss Crone, she even stated as long as Mama has everything under control, there is no need for you. And then that's when she ends up killing Miss Crone. And it turns out in this chapter, Mama was handling things pretty well regarding the investigation. She always knew that Emma, Norman, and the rest of the kids were trying to break out of the facility. She knew that Ray was always lying to her, even though they made a pact to one another in order to exchange information to each other. But she always knew that Emma, Norman, and the rest of the kids were going about this investigation. And she finally found out and went to Emma and Norman's location. So this is where, everything is going to turn, really bad. Because not only, does Mama, find out that the kids are, putting their plans into fruition, but also due to the fact that they might be killed off. And also that this is the last moment in which they can scale over the wall. What will happen? How will they scale over the wall? How exactly, will they try to distract her? How will they end up, escaping from Mama to begin with? So if Ray, Gilda, and Dawn are, if they catch up to Mama, they are most likely to, hold, Mama down. They are going to try the very best to, try to stop her from hurting Emma and Norman, while maybe the two of them end up escaping over the wall, and they won't be able to save the other kids. They're like, just go. If you find some other form of help, we can actually find out a way on how you can end up coming back to this facility and saving the rest of the kids. However, at the same time, I believe only Emma is going to be able to get over the wall. I'm not really sure if Norman is going to make it, but we'll see in the next chapter of The Promised Neverland. Alright, that about does it for this review, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, give this video a like, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you guys thought about this chapter and your predictions for the next coming chapter, because things are really getting good in The Promised Neverland right now. Let me know your thoughts. I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching.